for first place today. Wow, it's already animated out here. 40-15 now, return winner from Chris. Semi-final match against Tracy Austin. She had her running all over every bit of that court. Chris taking the opportunity to come into the net. Beautiful get by Chris. Real nice bit of running there. Chris seemed to just see this coming off of Martina's racket right away. That drop shot really could have been better by Martina, but Chris makes no doubt about putting the next ball away.
15-30.
Beautiful lob. Perfectly judged placement by Chris here. Last second, she just tossed it up behind Martina. And now Chris has got 2 break points. I think Chris knows how to play Martina. There's certainly no surprises with these two. They've met so many times. They know each other's games well. I think mental toughness is really going to decide this match. There's a lot of pride involved here. Martina wanted the call. She did not get it.
You have to play the whistle.
She leads 2-1.
Here's a shot that Martina wanted a call on coming up. This is that cross-court forehand Chris had won another point on earlier on. Martina really turned right away from the ball, did not play it.
2-1, Chris Evert Lloyd. Martina's had a lot of up moments this year. Only 3 losses. We spoke to her earlier this week and asked her to tell us about her ups and downs.
Well, it has to be winning Wimbledon and losing the U.S. Open. I would almost like it in reverse because I have never won the U.S. Open, so I really want to win it bad. Hopefully next year I can do better. Again, there's next year, and I'll be around for a long time. Bill Tilden didn't win the U.S. Open until he was 27 years old, and he won it 6 years in a row, so I still think there is hope for me.
Okay, very good.
Well, Martina will be 27 years old next time the U.S. Open rolls. Shades of the semifinals. Martina trying to come in behind a pretty nice looking shot. Chris was there in plenty of time. Found the hole.
Big point for Chris. Martina using a lot of the high ceiling here at the Meadowlands.
That's right now. Nice movement by Chris. Good forward play. Martina's lob sits there for Chris. Puts it away easily.
Martina gets one back. 3-2 for Chris Evert Lloyd, leading Martina Navratilova in the finals of the 1982 Toyota Championship.
Real good match.
It is a smooth Chris Evert Lloyd that jumps now to a 4-2 lead.
More fine placements by Chris, using up the court again like she did so well against Tracy Austin. Martina serving at 2-4. Chris will get it.
And Martina prevails. Big difference between 5-2 and 4-3, and Chris Evert Lloyd maintains her lead in the opening set of this final. 4-3. For Chris Evert Lloyd, the battle continues year after year to be number one. We asked her what it's like to wage that battle.
I think it gets tougher because the caliber of play, you know, the level of play on the women's circuit gets higher and higher. And the women are because they're playing so many tournaments now, they're improving every year. So I've got to improve to keep up with them. So in that respect, and also because Martina has played very, very well this year, probably better than she's played in previous years. So, you know, she's really been a big factor in it also.
It seems to me, Al, that Chris Evert Lloyd, who's currently ranked number 2 in the world, has added even more to a near complete game in these past few years in an effort to keep up with all those players. Very large point there for Chris Evert Lloyd to hold on to.
Down love 30. It's now 40-30. And the game for Chris Evert Lloyd. After dropping the first 2 points of the game, now she's one game from the set.
That's a winner.
Mary, so often you talk about
pretty good-looking first volley. A great angle that shot the ball right off the court. 1 set point saved. Upper body strength of Martina Navratilova really comes in here. Back live.
Add in. Deuce.
Martina pumping herself up. And listen to the fans. Here it is again. A very tough shot Martina shagged down here. Chris trying to trip her up. Martina there. We're back to deuce. 2 set points saved.
This went at her 3 straight times. Martina Navratilova. She faced a couple of set points and came away with it. For our local cable affiliates who are bringing you the satellite signal of the USA Network, we pause. 5-4.
Three set points.
First set complete. Obvious frustration for Martina. Fonzie's favorite player. She's so cool.
She is.
Navratilova.
More of the same from Chris Evert Lloyd. She's got it. Well, it took a while, but Martina finally won that point. Running Chris around. Chris getting some very tough balls. This one especially. Ticked the net a little bit, but Martina could handle it.
30-40. Break point.
Again, Chris coming to net.
Deja vu.
Get that, she says.
Wide open easy winner for Martina Navratilova. In the second set, it is 3-love for Martina. Chris Evert Lloyd took the first set 6-4. Fell apart. Break point, Martina.
Good shot, and Martina, the first to acknowledge it. Just too good. Slightly bad bounce there for Martina. There's a couple of dead spots on this court. Always in position early on in this match. She's now reaching for so many balls. Third set point for Chris. Another set point saved.
Set point again, number 5. And we're back to deuce. Christmas will not let it go.
Chris made a very brave move here by taking that swing volley to get her into the net. And on this lob, Chris saves herself another set point. It's deuce again. Love 5, second set.
Crowd supporting Chris. It was at 5 set points. Martina just could not knock it in. It's good.
Chris Evert Lloyd plays every single point separately and of itself.
That is the 7th set point that she has saved. And we still have one left for Martina Navratilova. Goodness.
You may think that when Chris is fighting at 5-love, it's inconsequential that she wins that game, but that's not true. She can be eroding Martina's confidence, if not for this set, then for the final.
8 set points she saved. Now we're back to another one. 9.
How sincere can you get on a return of serve? Have a look. Chris begging off to that ad side. Knew was going to come wide to her. Back live. What's the score, Al?
Where are we? Finally, Chris has a break point. The deuce. Chris is definitely a player of pride, Mary. Maybe she just does not want to lose 6-1. Singles final of the 1982 Toyota Championships. Second set.
It's out.
Hell of a point.
Martina Navratilova chasing down everything Chris is getting back. Slipped there on a towel for one of the ball boys, but she didn't have to chase it down anyway. It was long. The score is deuce.
10th set point for Martina. Chris saved 9, but she couldn't save 10. But what did she do mentally to Martina Navratilova? Perhaps we'll see in the third set.
Behind her. It's only in the last couple of games that it seems Chris has come back into her form.
And a very tense first game of this third set. misses the two-fisted backhand, and it is Navratilova with a service break to start things off, and this to the third and final set of the 1982 Toyota Championships.
You don't see it too often, but whenever you do, it seems Chris Evert-Lloyd is making the most of her overhead.
Martina pumping herself up. She leads 2-love in this third set. Real good run from Chris. Watch again. Martina approaching. A tough cross-court. Martina gets the pickup, but Chris chases this one down for a winner. Big backhand here by Martina. Full swinging. Chris making a very half-hearted attempt at the net, and now down a break point. What a beautiful passing shot. Take another look. Martina can only watch as the score goes back to deuce. Tickets today for 40 friends. That last point again. Chris with the stab volley. Martina gives this one quite a ride. Break point.
drop shot again, giving Martina a very important point and the game.
Martina can taste it. 3-love for our local cable affiliates. We'll pause on the USA Network. We will return. Chris has certainly unleashed some very pretty-looking passing shots. And some lucky shots. But indeed, if she has any hopes of turning this third set around, she has to do it now. And here she is, triple break point. Service break. And Chris Evert Lloyd is on the scoreboard in the third set.
We'll have to ask your mom after the match. Looks pretty easy from that height.
Brilliant. Love 30. And 1-3.
As Renee Richards watches on, Martina comes up with more dazzling passing shots. Look at this one, another on the run. Cashes in, back live.
Service break, Martina, and a love game. It is now 4-1, and things are looking pretty good for her. Trying to remove any chance. Felt that it's a difficult thing to decide who's number one in a computer. It's always better to do it on the playing field, and you're looking at it. Another one of the fantastic passing shots from Martina. It's 5-1, and Chris. all. 15-30. Chris staying with it, showing some spunk right up the line. Martina was in that half of the court. 30 all. Two masters playing, you do get points like this. Chris seemed to force the play to Martina's backhand, then broke it up with one to her forehand side, and then Martina just answered it with one that just did drop over the net. Match point Navratilova, but it hits the tape, and we're at deuce. Well, we had wondered whether 9 saves on set point in the second set would help Chris turn this around, but it did not. We're at deuce. Martina can't believe it. Advantage, Evert Lloyd. Back to deuce. Martina slicing backhand. Not the best of approach shots, but she followed it up well. Volley winner. We're back to deuce. If you can believe it, Chris has brought herself back another advantage for her coming up. Cross court. And good. Back live. Game, Chris Evert Lloyd. And it's not over yet. On a service break and some gutty play, she takes the game, and it is now 5-2. So many people in women's tennis. Chris serving and placing one right by Martina, 15-love. Is it possible that Martina let up, feeling she had the match? We'll see. Gary Carrillo is at courtside awaiting the winner's interview. All. Brown thought it was out. That one's definitely out. .30-15. Chris almost off the court. Wrapped it around the post. And it's 30-all. Watch this two-fisted backhand. Snap the beauty. We're 30-all. The doubles final coming up next. Martina with Pam Shriver, Candy Reynolds, and Paula Smith. Got over the tape and died. And here we are at match point. We're 1 point away from putting an end to all the speculation. Chris Evert Lloyd has done it once again. Another look. Chris venturing towards the net. And I don't know know how Martina got to that ball, but she did, and launched it long. Back live to second serve for a deuce. Martina Navratilova serving 5-2 in the third and final set. Absolutely amazing. We're at break point, Chris Evert Lloyd. But you can never tell which way the match is flowing, looking from Chris Evert Lloyd's expressions. We're at deuce. Once again, we're at match point. That time you could tell Chris knew that she missed a shot she should have made. Deuce again. The crowd is loving it. Back live. And another match point. It's over. And without dispute, Martina Navratilova is #1 for 1982. The final score, 4-6, 6-1, 6-2. Martina Navratilova having a big night in New Jersey.
I'd just like to thank Toyota for sponsoring this tournament, also the tournaments all year round for the last 2 years. They've been a great sponsor, and I'd like to thank them very much. I'd like to congratulate Martina on her big win. Thank you. She just played very, very well. I felt like I played really well the first set, and I led up for about 5 seconds. She came barging in and really took advantage of that and played very well. I'd like to congratulate her. You know, she's #1. but certainly not least, I'd like to thank all the tournament organizers, the press, all the linesmen, the ball boys, and especially all of you for coming out and supporting women's tennis. You're a very enthusiastic crowd. Thank you.
Chris Evert-Lloyd doing her image a great favor with some of those comments. She certainly is a lady of the game, and Martina absolutely loved it, admitting that tennis's #1 is this lady from 1982.
And my wife represents the keys to the new 1983 Toyota Tercel.
I'm out of words for once. I guess I would say bad luck, Chris. We've had a hell of a year, both of us. I think she's had one of the best years she's ever had, and you know, I guess I was I don't want to say lucky, but we both worked very hard, and I'm sure it's going to be a heck of a year next year. She's going to be trying to come back, and I'll try to stay up here. So hopefully y'all will keep up with us and see if you turn up again next year for this tournament. Anyway, I guess I would have to thank Toyota for sponsoring the whole year, the Toyota Series, and thank you for this Tercel station wagon, whatever it is. It's a nice car. Last year here I won the Supra, and I haven't had any trouble with it at all. Anyway, thank you all the sponsors here, Marvin and Sons, particularly the Nature's Organics Plus for presenting the tournament, and of course the linesmen, the ball boys, the ball girls, let's not forget them. And most of all, I would like to thank the two people that had the most to do with me working as hard, and that's my coach, Dr. Renee Richards, who has offered free eye examinations to all the umpires and linesmen. And of course to my good friend, the famous basketball player Nancy Lieberman, who has been behind me the whole way. And it's about time she got the round of applause for working so hard with me also. So thank you all for coming, and we'll be back with doubles. Thank you.
Little touch of the bubbly for Martina Navratilova. I hope she doesn't drink too much. She's got to come out and play doubles. Chris Evert-Lloyd is still at courtside, and she will be talking with Mary Carrillo. Mary?
Chris, for a while there, it looked like you were going to give all the people involved with this game a real headache trying to decide who's #1 for the year. At least for a set there, you look very strong. What caused the letdown?
Well, you know, I played really well the first set, and I think that it was a question of whether I could keep up that brand of tennis. And as I said in my speech, I let up for, let's say, one game, and then she was back in the match. And, you know, she played consistent. She played well. But I'm going to have to play as well as I did the first set for 2 sets if I ever hope to beat her.
What was different in the 3-set match that you had with her just a few weeks ago in Australia?
Well, I think I kept it up. You know, I kept hitting out, and I hit out a little bit the first few games of the second set, and made a few. It's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Made a few errors, you know, in the second set, and then I got tentative. I went the other way, so, you know, I just let up a little bit, and she came on strong.
In 1983, are you going to be playing more events early?
Yeah, I am, because I figure that's probably why the first half of this year, you know, I was a little bit weaker than the last half, so I'm going to maybe add 2 or 3 more tournaments.
Okay, Chris, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Mary.
Martina, it's all settled now, and I know it seems to me like that first set was all pressure as far as you were concerned, anyway.
Well, Well, I was playing well enough on my serve, but I just didn't seem to do anything right on Chris's serve. She was really coming in on the drop shots when I tried to hit him and hitting passing shots on the line. And when I finally thought I had a chance to break her serve, I thought I got a questionable call on that one game when I was up love 30. I thought I won the point, but I made it love 43 break points, and I thought that I had a good chance to break her right then, but I still felt that I can win the match if I just hold on to my serve and break her that first time, and after that I was much more comfortable.
We're going to have a look at match point, which
so many of them.
Yeah, there were quite a few. What happened here? What were you thinking in this last point?
I was thinking just get the first serve in and come in. If she makes a winner, you know, let her have it. And I thought she was going to go down the line because that's the shot that she made earlier at 30-15. I had a good serve and she just creamed it down the line. But I thought I got to get that first serve in. I kept missing my first serve, and she finally missed one cross court. That is her
watch the reaction when you won.
Well, I was just more relieved than it wasn't pressure packed. It wasn't like, you know, I won 6-4 or 7-6 in the third, but I thought if I lose that game, it's 5-3, and it's beginning to get pretty intense. So I was relieved, if anything else, that I finally put it together. And
what I thought was especially commendable about the way you played is that even when she was chasing down all those drop shots in the first set, you stuck to your strategy. It seemed that you had a strategy very much in mind, and you didn't abandon it.
No, because I thought that I had a chance to win all those points. She just hit some great shots, and my drop shots were a little bit too high. But I hit some really good ones down the stretch. I mean, I was even surprised myself how good I was hitting him, so I was relieved.
All right, well, congratulations. That was a very important win.
That was a biggie.
You got, it was a biggie. Well, go play your doubles.
Thanks, man.
And congratulations.